This is the state of my oven mitts. I clearly touched the hot part of the oven. You're not supposed to do that. Don't touch the little coils in the oven because it will burn a hole in your oven mitt. Welcome to 12 Days of Christmas. Today is day 3 and we're going to be making some really cute oven mitts for you to give to your friends or family members. If you missed yesterday's video, we made some really cute stockings. I will leave them in the cards somewhere up here for you to check that out before you watch this video. If you are a beginner sewer, this is the perfect project for you. It doesn't require a lot of fabric. It doesn't take very long to make, and anybody is going to love this. Like if somebody made this for me, I would be freaking stoked. This is a gift for myself because I completely ruined all of my other oven mitts. If you want to see how to make these oven mitts, then keep watching. A couple years ago, I made my friends and family members some oven mitts that look like this, and they were really easy to make, so I have no doubts that the oven mitts we'll be making today are easy as well. This pattern is a free pattern. It's a printable PDF. I will have it in the description box below so that you can print it out and put it all together for yourself and make some oven mitts for your friends and family members. I went thrifting with my mother-in-law on Black Friday and found all of these fabrics. I was thinking about quilting this because this pattern is for a quilted oven mitt, and it would be so cute. However, I do not simply do not have the patience to quilt anything. I'm not a quilter. I like easy projects. So that's what we're doing today because I'm sure you're going to be feeling the same way. So maybe I'll make some mismatched ones. The front will be a one color and then the back will be a different color. Who knows? We'll get a little bit crazy with it. And then I have this Pellon 975 insole fleece. So basically this allows heat protection. So the mistake that I made with this oven mitt is I didn't use enough of this, so I can't hold like a hot pan for very long. First, we have to tape together this pattern. Just like yesterday's video, we're simply going to cut one end of this pattern. I'm just going to cut this right here. And then we're going to tape it together. Now we're just going to cut out the oven mitt. Now all that's left to do is pick out our fabric and then cut it out of fabric. So here are my options. I got these from Goodwill. Like I said, I don't remember how much I paid for them, but you'll see it in the video. Like we don't have much of this one, but we can do something else with that later on. I really love this one. I think this is so pretty. And we should have enough to at least do a front and a back. Okay, let's see if our pattern fits here. Oh my goodness, it does. We can totally make 2 oven mitts out of this fabric, or we can do one this color and then one another color. Let's see what else I have. I love this one's cute. I also really liked this. It was kind of funky. There's not a lot here either, but let's see. Yeah, I can totally get an oven mitt out of this as well. You're gonna need lining for it too. I should be able to get one out of here too. Yeah, so we have lots of options. I don't know, let's go cut them out and we'll see what we got going on. I totally forgot I had this fabric left over from when I made one of our bridesmaid bags. If you haven't seen the video about me making bridesmaids bags, I will leave it in a card up as well so that you can see how those turned out. Now that I've picked my fabric, I'm going to place some pattern weights down. I have the fabric doubled over as well. These are washers from the hardware store, so they're really, really inexpensive pattern weights. Pattern weights are so expensive. I have my rotary cutter. It makes it so easy to just cut out patterns. Look how stinking cute. Okay, I'm gonna cut a lining as well. I'm gonna use this fabric as my lining. Let's go sew these together. When I'm sewing these together, I'm sewing the shiny side of the insulated fabric to the wrong side of the outside fabric. Does that make sense? I'm just stitching around the edge so that it keeps the fabric and the batting as one piece. Let's sew the lining. I'm going to be sewing these right sides together. The lining seam allowance is 1/4 inch. So my machine has some lines on it that show what the seam allowance is. You can also buy a seam gauge. A seam gauge is a little magnet like this that comes with a ruler, and basically you would just put it on your sewing machine. I like to put the presser foot down. You're going to go into that hole with your needle, and then you would place your magnet right where that seam guide is, and that way you can keep your seam allowance. But I like to just use the measurements that are on my sewing machine. You can also get 1/4 inch presser foot if that is easier for you as well. Around the curves, you will want to clip notches in the fabric. You want to cut to the stitches, but not through the stitches. This will help your fabric lay nicer. And then in the thumb area, you want to snip in each corner there, and then all the way around. I have this seam binding tape that I'm going to use as the little hook for our oven mitts. It's nice because it's like pre-finished. I'm just going to cut a piece of that. You'll want to sew your exteriors right side together just like we did the lining fabric. We're going to use the same seam allowance as well. We have both the exterior and the lining sewn together. I forgot to tell you to leave a hole in the lining side so that we can turn it right sides out. And all we have left to do is put this inside of here and sew the top closed. And we have a mitten. So I'm stuffing this inside, making sure it is right direction. I put a little tab on the exterior, so we're gonna tuck that in. You want to match the side seams together, and then we're going to sew around this hole to close it up, and then we will open it up through this hole and stitch that hole closed. So I'll be right back. All that's left to do is turn this inside out. Well, right sides out. Now we just have to sew this hole closed with a invisible stitch. You could also, because this is going on the inside and nobody's gonna see it, you could put a seam right down here and insert, like if you had a tag, like I have tags for all of the stuff that I make. So I'm gonna go do that real quick and I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. I sewed my tag in. Now we are going to stuff the lining right into the oven mitt. Dun 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 dun. Look how cute this is. I absolutely love it. I'm so glad I made this for myself because I was in desperate need of new oven mitts. I tried to make another one so they would kind of be matchy-matchy. I tried to quilt it and I sewed the wrong sides together. So I decided to take a break and move on for the day, and I can come back to it another day and finish it later on. But one is better than none considering the way that my other oven mitts looked. I'm going to be making several of these for my friends and family members. I hope you love how this oven mitt came out. So cute, and there's so many options that you can do with this. I have all of the stuff linked in the description box that you will need for this project. If you make these oven mitts, please tag me in it. I would love to see the fabric choice that you use for this if you quilt them. I'm so excited to see what you do with these. Thank you so much for joining me today on day 3 of 12 Days of Christmas. Tomorrow we're going to be making something else that is home decor related. So don't forget to subscribe, share this video with a friend, and I will see you in the next video. I literally put these press-ons on this morning. The last nails I had on were press-ons and they were completely fine. I've literally lost all of my nails. What the heck? I do not buy the sparkly ones because they clearly don't stay as well as the other ones.